The third seed New Zealand against the fourth ranked France. Both teams unbeaten heading into this final pool match. Teams that have formed a good rivalry over the past 18 months or so, while the rivalry has largely been in New Zealand's favour. That one win for France, 29-7 in Kitakyushu earlier this year, ended New Zealand's 36-match unbeaten run. Now would be a good time for France to grab another. New Zealand going with their strongest options in the starting lineup. Tui Baker-Williams playing in the forwards this weekend. Waka scored a hat-trick last out. Nathan Wong, the captain, Brazier and Fitzpatrick. And for France, Pell, Orta, Izar, Okemba, Bertrand, Gracino and Juan. Tiana Penatani alongside me, Ricky Swanell and Tiana. It is always a juicy matchup. And these have been two teams with really good form in their opening pool games.
Yeah, absolutely. And France, off the back of a fourth place finish in Glendale, will be looking to, if not match that, then better it here in Dubai. If there is a team that can beat this strong New Zealand lineup, it is France. So we are in for a cracker of a match to close out these pool games.
They played off for bronze at the Glendale tournament just 6 weeks or so ago, and that went in New Zealand's favour, 31-14. They are both secure in the quarterfinals. The winner of this match will play Canada in the last 8. And as we head into the late afternoon here on day 2 at the Emirates Airline Dubai Sevens, final words coming, Ruby Tui. A little smile on the face of Nathan Wong, and now focus as we look at performances so far of New Zealand. Vastly experienced Amy Perrott to take charge. Stacey Waka has scored some points this weekend, a hat-trick last start.
Ready?
Caroline Drouin, France. Ready to go in the final pool match of the women's competition. Pool C it is, as Niall Williams soars high for New Zealand and brings down the kickoff, and the Black Ferns will get first attacking possession. Tui for Teresa Fitzpatrick, and now here is Waka looking to get some footwork on. Powell spins out of one and then pops the ball for Fitzpatrick in support. She's got Nathan Wong with her. And now Tui, as the ball sits up for Brazier, cutout ball from Brazier for Baker. Goes into heavy contact with Coralie Bertrand. Oh, Brazier's found some space here. They'll need to be very wary of that. Keeps the ball back in field and it falls for Williams. So it's a bit scrappy for New Zealand, going backwards at the moment, giving France the opportunity to rush up on Tui. Nathan Wong as Baker plays halfback. Tui and Baker. Williams flicking the ball there for Tui. He's had hands on ball about 6 times already in this passage of play. Fitzpatrick looked for the charging run from Waka. It was well read by Shannon Izar in defence for France. They're making a lot of tackles early on as New Zealand hold the ball. They have been camped in their 22. Williams. France's defence is good and New Zealand gives away a penalty. It goes against Brazier. Can France reward their defensive work? They absolutely can. Serafino Kemba just held it up. A little stutter step. Defence turned into attack, turned into points for France.
That's a really impressive start there from France.
Does that make sense?
Most teams that come up against New Zealand can sometimes get caught in the mental battle. They're so strong, so hard to break through that black wall, but Serafino Kemba has the first say opening this match. There's just a little error at the breakdown there. Kelly Brazier just putting her hands on the ground, not supporting her own weight entirely. Resulted in a costly 5 points.
So France score first, take first blood through Serafino Kemba, really stepping up this weekend in the absence of Anne-Cécile Silfani. Ball evades everyone, out into touch. It'll be New Zealand ball.
Hold up. It's touched your water. a water person. So you've got an option. It was knocked on into touch.
Just to clarify, so both New Zealand and France are through to the quarterfinals. The winner of this match will play Canada. The loser of this match will play Fiji. Make of that what you will. Niall Williams packing down in the middle of the scrum for New Zealand, moving into the forwards in the absence of Sarah Hirini, the regular New Zealand skipper this week. It's been a steep learning curve for the Kiwi veteran, but one she's enjoyed so far. Fitzpatrick standing strongly in midfield, usually the position where Niall Williams would be. Brazier, quick ball for Tui. She's got Baker, Baker clings on, chops herself back in field. Tui clears away. Fitzpatrick for Williams. Here's Waka with some room. Waka on O'Kemba. Little step, little jinx. Stacey Waka. They're going to chase her down, but she's going to accelerate away from the French defence. Still chasing. Grassino as she does. Waka gets rid of her though. Oh, Grassino. What a tackle. What an effort by the French.
Can you believe that? Stacey Waka does all the hard work, beats two defenders, and Camille Grassino doesn't give up, and that is what is so important in defence. He gets bumped off the first time, but decides to go for the low chop tackle, wraps the ankles up, and Stacey Waka just meters away from the try line, tries to get the offload away.
Bind.
Wow.
Set.
That is an A++ for effort from Camille Grassino. They're still got to get out of danger here, France. And Drouin is just throwing an ugly ball out over the side, and so they'll be back under pressure again. Brazier, New Zealand wanting to move, numbers wide. Williams with Waka, can she finish it off this time? Stacey Waka with her footwork and her strength and the offload. Tui in support. Brazier is there on the end of the chain. Kelly Brazier skips out of the tackle this time. The pressure tells, and New Zealand hit back.
New Zealand, this is how they show us why they're the defending Dubai champions, defending series champions. They work so well as a team. So many opportunities there. In that instance, Ruby Tui could have just put the head down and gone for the 5 points herself. Likewise with Kelly Brazier, does the hard work in the middle, uses the footwork.
Okay, happy? It doesn't matter how many you have. Okay, happy?
Conversion good from Nathan Wong. So all square, 7-all with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Now familiar switcheroo from Nathan Wong as Kemba soars. Some room for Bertrand. Izar, a little stop from Horta. Good awareness of the sideline from France's captain Fanny Horta. And the penalty against Izar is the same as what we saw Brazier penalised for at the other end of play.
Just not supporting her own weight at the breakdown, hands on the deck.
Cannot go past the player that's lying on the ground.
Time back on.
New Zealand have just thrown Gail Broughton out on the field, replacing Fitzpatrick. Dangerous with ball in hand. Nathan Wong taking in a good tackle, and here is Broughton, and what do you say about the footwork? The fancy feet of Gail Broughton. She's going to try and spin this French defence around, and now the inside ball for Waka finds Nathan Wong, gets the return pass again, Stacey Waka, and they spread to the right. New Zealand. Tui, as she does, just puts the head down and flings the ball wide. She puts her whole body into those big wide passes, and speaking of whole body, Baker with her strength, and now Tui up the middle. Good tackle around the bootlaces by Drouin. New Zealand keeping it alive with Brazier and Williams. And now Brazier with lots of room, lots of vision, lots of skill and speed. And Kelly Brazier will put New Zealand in front just before the break.
Kelly Brazier, she's had a cracking start to this season. She made the Glendale Dream Team This woman on screen, Gail Broughton, such an exciting player to watch. So instinctive. Shakira Baker, she takes 3 defenders to get her down every time she carries the ball. And Kelly Brazier, too cool.
I just caught a glimpse of that shot and back play of Ruby Tui clutching her elbow from that play. She's still down. Yes, the conversion's good from New Zealand too, so they go to the break, 14 points to 7. Tui will go and join her team in the huddle.
Just on attack. We're working them. We need a whole position, okay? Let's make them work. We know they're going to get disconnected, but that's where we've got to have the patience. Just one thing, I think we need to be a little bit quicker in our threes, okay? Got lean on the edge, Shaq, we're going up front. But we got to work, okay? We can't let stay set to draw. One goes, all 7 of us. Here we go.
Defense, just don't crowd around too many bodies around the ruck, okay? The tackler, 2 close, anyone else, get out. Numbers on the line, then we put line speed.
Me, ladies, we fucking got them. There's one person left on 2 every single time. Just have a bit of patience with it. What Kelly said, better threes because it's a pure pass and edge every time. And also, okay, the rucks are so threes spread around the rucks. We're good?
Yep.
Let's go.
Pass on 3, 1, 2, 3, pass!
Fans are rocking in the crowd as Christmas coming soon. New Zealand, they narrow margin. This has been a good battle. 2 well-matched teams. Oh, and France taking their time to get back out after this break. Tiana, quick time to regroup. New Zealand ready to go.
Yeah, well, they really need it at the moment. New Zealand look the better team. It's a matter of who will crack first in this second half.
Captain.
New Zealand captain Tyler Nathan Wong to start the second half, the final pool match in the women's competition. It's New Zealand 14, France 7 as the ball evades everyone and it's come off a French hand, so the Black Ferns will get a chance to attack again.
That's what the call is.
Niall Williams soars up in the line out and Baker charges away. Nathan Wong, Broughton runs hard onto the ball, puts a little cheeky goose step on. Waka lets the ball float into her hands and Broughton again, the support play of New Zealand's been good in this match. Tui, Williams and Baker, lots of room for Baker taking on Chloe Powell. Powell's up to the task though, shepherded towards the sideline and good work by Powell and Izar to take Shakira Baker out of play.
Really nicely done, using the sideline as an extra defender on field. Chloe Powell and Shannon Izar. Shakira Baker, 9 times out of 10, she'll bump off any defender that tries to go up top on her. But Chloe Powell held her own.
Izar is all France flirt with disaster in their own goal line. Oh, what a ball for Okemba. Are you kidding? How did she get that away? New Zealand will chase, but it's clean, clear territory ahead for Seraphine Okemba. Off the ball by Coralie Bertrand. The passes are sticking and the tries are coming.
That is pure skill there from Coralie Bertrand. Takes the ball forward, flicks it out the back. That is outstanding. And Seraphine Okemba with the hands. She knows she's got a lot of work to do, but plenty of pace in the legs to get there. Talk about a change in momentum. They're in their red zone, in their own 22. And completely shifted the tables.
Chon has stayed down since throwing that
Just an injury.
beautiful ball out the corner. And we are back on terms, 14 all, 2 tries to Serafino Kemba for France. Looks a little bit stiff and sore, but okay nonetheless, and I think heading towards the sideline. Well, she can go and do so in the knowledge she has put her team into a good position here. Fiji fans, anywhere you go in the world, you will find them.
Okay, you ready now?
Very
to
bright,
go?
colourful
Okay.
scenes
When
of
you're ready,
Dubai.
just wait for this one.
Williams couldn't quite bring it in. Izard does for France, and it's, I was going to say play on. The whistle came late. There was a knock on against the French.
Number 3.
That was a really good tactical kick there from France to go left. The sun in the eyes of the New Zealand players. Williams up in the pod there to receive the restart, but just missed their timing. Clever tactics there from France. Didn't come off with it, but New Zealand have some work to do.
It's not Niall Williams' usual role. I'm not sure she would
Bounce.
appreciate nearly being flung over the back like that.
Set.
Yes, New Zealand camped on their own 22 at the moment. Brazier. Broughton. A bit of a footwork from Kaka onto the field. Williams again. Looking for Saili onto the inside ball. The 2 New Zealand wingers. Fresh legs. New Zealand still deep inside their own territory. Brazier gets a kind bounce. Broughton will always be happy to take them on. Kaka trying to break away, and she does skip through one, showing her skills and her footwork, Sheree Kaka, before she's monstered by Izar and loses control. And now France with Lena Guillan.
No, let go.
Eventually gets the legs to ground, so New Zealand's defenders have to let her go, and there's a lot of black jerseys still in defence, so that means there's space for France. Juan, and the bounce sits up into the hands of Grisey. Brought in the chase. Grisey goes in to put France ahead.
What a match this is set to be, Ricky. We knew if there was one team that could overcome New Zealand, it's France, and haven't they stepped up to the plate? Joanna Grisey, so much determination. Silky skills there from France to be able to shift the ball wide out to Grisey. Finishing touches.
Kicks away from Izar. So France ahead by 1 score, 19-14. 2.5 to play against the defending champions.
No, time's off, so it's okay.
Reminder, the winner of this match will play Canada in the quarterfinals. The loser of this match will finish second in the pool, and they will play Fiji tomorrow.
Okay. Time back on.
Duran sends that restart high into the Dubai sun as Niall Williams is dropped by Saili and then gets the French bodies all over it.
It's okay.
She really is taking one for the team with these restarts, Niall Williams.
She's loving being a forward.
Clearly just struggling to put her down gently there, Alina Saili, but they come away with possession.
Brazier. Oh, Nathan Wong as the ball went through the breadbasket of the New Zealand skipper. That's a very rare error. A combination of Brazier and Nathan Wong.
That one was forward, first infringement, knock on.
Uncharacteristic error there from Tyler Nathan Wong. They're in a little bit of trouble here, New Zealand.
Okay, give this space, please. Crouch. Bind. Hold up. Yeah. around, please. Yeah. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Gracino and Druan switch out over to the left. Kaka rushes up in defence for New Zealand. And
Release, get to your feet.
yeah, Guerin went twice. Brazier, so clever.
That's fine.
Almost caught the French defence on the hop. Trying to find an equaliser for New Zealand. Saili and Williams. Fitzpatrick back out there. Again, good defence coming in from France. They've been smothering so far. Saili fires the ball wide for Tui. And now Nathan Wong looking to take on the line. Brazier is going to get Druan in the ball at the same time. Great spot tackle by Caroline Druan, but nice support too from Kaka for New Zealand. Williams looking for Saili to cut back in field. Uses his strength, Saili, to get rid of one. Slow progress for New Zealand as the clock ticks down. Tui for Brazier. Now Brazier skirting around the outside. Kaka had cut back in field though. And now there's a battle for the ball on the ground, and it'll be won by the French through Lena Guerin. As Druan bangs it away, and for just the second time ever, France beat New Zealand. And they will take top spot in the pool. It's taken a lot out of these players. The effort, the energy, the hustle from France. 19-14, they beat the defending champions. Wouldn't Brazil love to get their first win as a core team, as well as Japan, our invitational side, gets ready to take on the team that effectively replaced them as a core side, Brazil. You can see those flags fluttering around the Seven Stadium today. It's quite cool this morning in the matchups between these sides. They've played each other 7 times, Japan edging that 4-3. Been over a year since they last met, but they should be well matched. A lot of speedy players looking through our lineups, and Yumi Hirano in jersey number 7 for Japan, a real key player for them. Rachel Bativakalolo and Uroha Negata. In the Brazilian team, Talia Costa is the speedster, as Bianca Silva. They are well led by Raquel Kokan, coaches Hitoshi Anada and Ruben Samuel. And there is an example of just how blustery it is here this morning. A new condition to have to deal with for the players. It's been steaming hot, but it's much cooler today.
Yeah, plenty of breeze here in the middle of the desert, Ricky, but both teams need to identify that there is a little bit of wind, and instead of going for those contestable restarts on the 10-metre line, probably looking to kick deep. We'll see what happens off the kickoff.
So look and see these teams lining up. So Brazil will be playing into that wind in the first half. They have that kickoff. Our referee in charge for the first match, Joy Neville, having a chat to Raquel Kokan, the Brazilian captain.
Thank you.
The first match of the final day here at the Emirates Airline Dubai Rugby Sevens. Brazil in the yellow, Japan in the red and white. And the ball is brought down straight away by Yumi Hirano. She will get plenty of touches, you bet your bottom dollar. Hirano, there she is in the blue headgear. Almost got away. Good tackle coming around from Bianca Silva, one of the real flyers in the Brazilian lineup. Hirano into the action early. Hirotsu put on a couple of massive hits yesterday. Haruka Hirotsu. A lovely ball, Hirano getting it wide, nice and precise early on. Japan, Bativakalolo taken down in a good tackle, but pops a lovely ball for Ito in support, and Japan making a lovely start to this match as Hirano charges on to that ball.
Ball is up.
Nagata breaks down. Good scramble cover and good defence by Brazil, and they might fancy themselves a chance to break away there. The Japanese defence rushed up and cut off the option for Mariana Nicolau. Oh, here's Bianca Silva. Let's see if she can get around the outside. She has, and there is absolutely no one in front of her, and she will have not a single problem going 95 metres, Bianca Silva. She didn't really have to get into her top end speed, and against the run of play early on, Brazil will score first.
Bianca Silva stretching the legs here on day 3 early this morning, but what a way to turn the tables there. Brazil, they were in quite a bit of trouble until there was desperation at the ruck zone, and unfortunately Japan just lost possession, and Bianca Silva, too much pace to burn. An excellent try there from number 11.
Oh, great turnover work by Leila dos Santos Silva. Japan, it was an enterprising start. And then losing the ball at the critical moment as Raquel Cocan adds 2 more. So Brazil first on the board, 7-0. Ball hanging up in the wind for Japan, and they will set and build once more. Kagawa, Nagata, Hana Nagata, Bativakalolo again flirting with that sideline, trying to get around the outside. Good support again from Nagata as she spins out of one and then gets away from another. Bativakalolo gets the ball back in return. They're keeping the ball alive well early on, Japan. Ito goes to ground. Looking to slip her way through Hirotsu. Bativakalolo again clears for Hirano. Chopping back in field, trying to step off that left foot. The support is there once again from Rachel Bativakalolo, and they've created some space out wide here, Japan. This time they hold on to the ball, and they strike back straight away. Iroha Nagata for Japan.
Nagata just reaping the rewards of a great team try there from Japan. They did well to hold onto the ball for a few phases. And just the confidence there from Hirano in the middle of the field. We've seen her do it all weekend, and just a simple 2-on-1 there. That's textbook stuff. The fundamentals of rugby, draw and pass. It's what we like to see.
Yeah, nice tidy start from both teams. Good tries scored. No Saturday morning blues. We're all square, 7-all. Restart is not going to go the 10 metres, so an error from the kickoff by Japan. They've got the breeze at their back. So they allow Brazil through Isadora Cerolo, their playmaker, USA-born Cerolo, to set and tap this in the centre of the field. Cerolo and Nicolau, Mariana Nicolau looking for a runner. Kakan is there in support. Nicely cleared away for Dos Santos Silva, and she's got Bianca Silva, who's already got one today, up towards the 22. Let's see if Brazil can build a try rather than break one away. Penalty given. Great work.
Marcus, here you're ahead of the mark.
At the breakdown by Japan.
Yeah, really nicely done there from Bativakalolo. She got her shoulders under the ceiling player in attack from Brazil to force that turnover.
Oh, that's not going to go out by Japan. It will force Brazil to chase back a long way, carried by the wind, but an error for Japan, although fancy a chance to try and defend out of here. Cerolo taking on the line this time herself. The bodies crunched together. Through the legs of Costa. She's probably going to have enough speed to get there. Oh, gives a shove on the way through. Brilliantly done. The chase from Kagawa and then the offload. And now Japan looking to try and hold this up a little. Hirano, as Dos Santos Silva did well to just come up and cut off that option. And now there's a real scratch. And the ball's stolen away by Cirillo. Oh, Silva Probably saw the open territory ahead, the eyes lit up, but the ball didn't go to hand.
Yeah, Bianca Silva just a little bit too flat there in attack. Needed to hold her depth, stay patient, but that comes with experience here, and Japan just struggling to hold on to the ball. It's an area of improvement there for Japan. Sometimes they do get dominated at the breakdown.
Please, and stay in.
Okay, sorry. I want to hook up.
Straight through the legs there for Talia Costa.
Yeah.
Here you go, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Crouch.
Bind. Set.
Hirano hassled at the back by Dos Santos
Tackle,
Silva.
release. No, back.
Racing up in defence, reading it beautifully, got her timing perfect. Luisa
Release.
Campos. Japan have somehow held on
No,
to possession.
backward.
They've done well to protect that ball and their teammate on the ground. Pativakalolo over halfway, and there's another wrestle for the ball. This time it's going to be Brazil's, who steal it away through Kohan. Dos Santos gets up, goes again. I don't think she
Didn't
released
the ball
it,
and the
no.
tackle was complete.
Franceli Martins.
Seems to be those small 1%ers for both teams here, just not releasing the ball on the ground.
Yeah, if the player is not tackled, they are allowed to get up and go again, but have to clearly release that ball.
Here you go, Yellow.
Strong in contact there, Francil Barros Martins, but tackle was made and she needed to place the ball on the ground, get to her feet, release it, pick it back up and go again. She had the right idea, but just wrong execution.
Japan, as the siren goes for half-time, and they've hit this line at pace. Oh, again, the covering defence is good. One-on-one, Costa and
Off your feet, Yellow.
Kagawa
Straight out.
giving away a penalty as they scramble back. Brazil, Hirano has been asking questions of the Brazilian defence. And now on the end of the chain, but that ball went forward, well spotted by the officials, and that will end half-time. A willing first half from both of these teams. One try apiece, 7. Japan and Brazil playing off for 11th here, early morning in Dubai, ready to go in the second half. Driving that kick off low and hard and taken down well. Martins, loose,
Just a knock on.
but off a Japanese hand.
Just a knock on.
So Cirolo, the playmaker,
Scrum.
hold things up for the scrum.
Lucky to get away with that one there, Brazil, with the knock-on. But defence needs to be a real focus point in the second half for them. They've missed 5 tackles as opposed to Japan's 1.
Crouch.
And getting those offload channels. 8
Bind.
offloads here for Japan, resulting in points.
Set.
Free kick for Brazil as they set away. They've got a lot of really pacey players out wide.
Off your
Trying to
feet,
learn to
Venus.
create that space. Another
need to see a
penalty
better
against
picture, please.
Japan. Nice clear instruction. Cerolo with a flat ball this time to the big ball carrier, Franceli Martins in midfield. That's a good charge. And now away goes Dos Santos Silva. The ball retention and recycling is good from Brazil. And now they're going backwards as Japan rushed up to put pressure, and they're going a long way backwards, back deep into their own half. Messy for Talia Costa, but she'll back herself to get away, because when I say they've got some pacey players, she is one of them. Penalty
First
though,
person
great stuff
beats
from
her up.
Japan. Nakamura, the captain, onto the field. She'll always take charge and get them moving quickly. Bati Vakalolo steps out of the first tackle. She has Otaki, a strong, tall ball carrier. Fumiko Otaki skips out of the tackle. Japan punish Brazil's errors.
So nicely done there from Japan. It started with Chiharu Nakamura and Fumiko Otaki both coming off the bench, making a huge impact. It's been a point of difference there for the captain, Chiharu Nakamura, getting the steals. She had a couple yesterday. It's a real strength in her game. The experience there to know to kick. There's no one in behind for Brazil because they were in possession. So to kick and force them back in the field to try and get themselves out of trouble, and then the turnover at the breakdown. Fumiko Otaki with the 5-pointer.
Version just away, almost looked like it was going to shave around, but Japan, after going behind early, now lead 12 points to 7, and that kick again is not going to go the 10, just like when they scored points last time.
Well, Japan are in front by 5, so you would think that they would try and pin Brazil in the back corner and force them to go a full 80 metres.
Cerolo walks it up as they look to put a move on through. Bianca Silva throws a massive high ball to Talia Costa, who is one of the smallest, shortest players, and somehow she slipped the ball back to Silva. Tries to get a bit of footwork going, Silva, but the Japanese defence is up to it, and Hirano's pinched that ball back. Brilliant work over the ball. What a steal.
Rolling. Here we go. 7. Just
Yumi
put it down.
Hirano, perfect body height at the
just put it
breakdown.
down.
She was the first arriving player and just wrapped her arms on the ball.
Thank you.
But the carry there from Talia Costa, she was so heavily marked running into 2 players. Sneaky little flick pass out to Bianca Silva at the back, who made a nice break, but unfortunate to get the turnover.
Oh, it's a little untidy for Japan.
Off your feet. Off your
They
feet, sitting
get a
ball.
penalty. Is Raquel Cohan, the great leader of this Brazilian team, a long time. Japan up towards halfway. Nice and accurate at the set piece from Japan. Ball brought down by Ito, and now Nakamura ranging out, flat across the face though, and Otaki has to scramble back. She's got the time to tidy up, trying to take on Costa, and Costa showed her the sideline and threw her over it.
Great awareness there from Costa to know where she was on the field, use the sideline as that 8th defender, force her into touch.
Time is off.
Brazil really
7.
want to secure
7.
this line out.
7. Here we go. Take your 7. Please just hold her for a second.
Okay.
Please wait. Time is on.
This time the accurate line out is from Luisa Campos for Silva, standing in midfield, and Cerullo on the wraparound, puts the foot down, trying to get Costa into space. Ball too low though. The pass dipping down to the bootlaces, and Costa couldn't get there.
Thank you.
Japan with 90 seconds to go, looking for their
Just an advantage in the
first
knock.
win
In the tackle.
here in Dubai.
No advantage,
They'll
just a
luckily
knock on
go
the tackle.
back and receive the
Red ball.
ball from Brazil's mistake, as it was bouncing around all over the place.
They had the right intentions off the set piece, Brazil. Nice little loop play in the middle of the field, but just that execution, not being able to finish off that crisp pass. Cerulo to Costa,
Make sure you're
playing that knock on.
Crouch. Bind.
1 minute to play.
Set.
Ball in possession for Japan. Brazil need a big play to win it back and give themselves a chance to find another try. And they might get another chance with the ball in hand. They will, Brazil. So just on Japan's side of halfway, Brazil will get to launch an
That was
attack
fine, and then a knock on the floor.
with 30-odd seconds remaining.
If I was Brazil in this position, I would have Talia Costa setting up really flat, kick it in either the back left or back right corner, and back her pace.
Crouch. Bind.
So Costa over there on the far side on the right. Silva near side here. That is out and out pace, both of them. If Cerulo can get Silva into space. Going to take her on the outside. Bianca Silva absolutely skinned around the outside. This beautifully balanced athlete, a wonderful runner. And she's pinched a try on the siren for Brazil to tie us up.
Well, we spoke about having the threat of Talia Costa on the far right side, but Bianca Silva, when she's in space, she's an absolute dynamite. Great awareness there to know where your players were. They had speed left and right. And just flirting with the touchline there, Bianca Silva. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Kick. Kick to win it for Brazil. Kokan has got it. What a kick. What a finish. Brazil, their first win as a core team on the World Series.
Well, they hung in there till the death and came away with the win. Excellent finish there from Brazil. Talk about a never say die attitude.
Bianca Silva scores 2 tries, 1 in the first half, 1 after the final hooter, and then Raquel Kohan with the conversion. 14 points to 12. Brazil take it over Japan.